Got a pretty good day so far. I'm getting a workout done. Then I have 2 appointments, one for a haircut and another one to fix actually my computer. And the third one, I don't know, I forgot, but it's definitely on my calendar. Almost done, just gotta do some cardio, then I'm going to a teeth appointment. Finished the appointment. I don't know, tell me you guys, did they look cleaner? They look really white. Alec did his too. Yep. Finally gonna get this haircut. So I just cut it and I really like this haircut. It's probably gonna even grow on me. It's very different. So just got done working for the day. I'm gonna go drop off my computer and I'm hoping that it's a quick workaround. I'm hoping that it's a quick fix, but even if it stays for the whole weekend, it shouldn't be a problem because I'm not gonna be in town anyway, so yeah. So I dropped off my computer. They said honestly it's gonna take like 2 days, which is amazing, but I'm gonna be out of town anyways, and I got a few clothes. It's a good day. Tesla's so clean. Hello. I'm really gonna have a late night smoothie. Should be a really good one. You can call me lazy or trying to just eat healthy. I don't care. Also gonna add some dark chocolate. It's definitely so good. And it's like 100% cacao, so it should be pretty healthy too. Collagen is a must for me at least. Probably 2 scoops is good. Some peanut butter. And some creatine. A little bit of 50-50 blend. Gotta get your greens. Oh, let's not forget the protein. Definitely want to add some of that. I've actually had Forgar before. It tasted so watery. It was bad. Okay, it's pretty full, honestly. Ready? They're so ridiculous. Wee. Hello, Ward. I'm just dope. I'll probably look ridiculous as fuck. I'm telling you guys, wife me up. That looks really good though, huh? Wee. Honestly, just kind of a quick thought. Probably if I wasn't recording, I wouldn't spend that much effort. Well, it wasn't that much effort, but I wouldn't make it look that good. But just because I'm recording, I did. Is that better or is that worse? Like, am I being fake now? Hey, just a thought. I don't know. Finally, the interview about the cannabis is done, and I'll post it for you guys ASAP. It's kind of hard. I didn't even post anything last night because I don't have my computer and I'm trying to edit on the iPad, but it's really not easy. I'm doing my best. I'm using LumaFusion, which is like pretty good software, but nothing beats Final Cut Pro, honestly. Yeah. Hopefully my computer be done soon. It doesn't kind of matter because I'm leaving town tomorrow, but I'll see you guys soon. We are running, my man. Hello, everyone. Finally, I got hand of him. He's been running around.
It's been a process.
Wednesday?
A couple days ago, yeah.
Yeah, and we just didn't work out. I've been kind of busy.
And I've been just dodging him every day.
Yeah, that's what happens when you have a neighbor like
that
him.
Do not disturb button all the time.
Okay. Real talk, real quick. Introduce yourself.
My name is Dan Caban, new resident of Arizona as of April. I'm happy to be here.
Hey, happy to have you. So when I first met him, I was just running around. I was like, this guy is really friendly, almost too friendly. What's up with him?
I get that a lot.
And he honestly just like a good, positive person, Appreciate and I love it. Thank you.
Well, when you move here by yourself, you need to get a friend group going. So I was just talking to everybody, no matter what, and then the cool people, filtered through, and the creme de la creme, rose to the top. So
hey, I'm glad I ran into you.
Likewise.
So, kind of first question, how did you kind of end up here, and how's the opportunity arise for you? By the way, he works for the cannabis industry, which is like up and coming. There's so many question marks all over it, and it also makes it exciting at the same time because people don't know much about it.
Right, so, it's funny being on the leading edge of cannabis right now, especially. I'll kind of reverse engineer this. I work for a cannabis software company, cloud-based, so we don't actually do any growing or processing or selling ourselves. What we do is we provide the cloud-based infrastructure as a platform to clients all across the US. So whether you're a grower, cultivator, planting that first seed, or you're on the dispensary side at the POS, and everything in between, our software allows you to do that.
Okay, so it's heavily software.
Yes, all cloud-based software. So we're not federally regulated, right? We're just working with hundreds of clients who have to operate, in some gray areas sometimes, depending on the states they're in. So that's what my job is. But the way I got into this industry was quitting my last job. I was in marketing tech as a project manager, and I had a few friends who do some interesting things in cannabis in Michigan and Chicago, and I was kind of consulting with them a little bit, and just reached out to my current CEO just to ask him a few questions, and he decided that I sounded pretty good on the phone, so 5 days later he hired me, and then 2 weeks later I relocated from Michigan to Arizona and started in this industry that I honestly didn't have any knowledge of. I'm not a big smoker at all, so I've had to learn the product side a lot. The tech side is easy for me, but learning the nomenclature of cannabis and just all the regulations, it's definitely a brand new world for me.
Absolutely. So, but it's fair to say that you're more into the tech side than like the actual sales of product or the actual cannabis itself, right?
Exactly.
Interesting. Nice. Did you even ever think that you will wind up in the cannabis industry at all?
I didn't think that I would, to the point where I never even thought about joining the industry at all. I had a lot of friends around me, entrepreneurs who wanted to start, operations, but it never really tugged at me. But again, the tech side and the interpersonal, relationship side, that's kind of been what I've excelled at in my previous few positions. So I was never opposed to anything, which is why I did take this job, because I figured I could handle any industry as long as I have some people skills and some tech skills, and it worked out. But I wouldn't have picked it out, but it's definitely a good move.
Absolutely. Sure. The fact that he actually just took a call with you and he's like, yeah, I kind of want to hire you just based on a phone call. Yeah. That's amazing. Well, he wanted you.
He's our headquarters is in New York. So, people from New York are like, let's get it done now.
Absolutely.
So, I met him on Thursday. His assistant called me Friday. I had an offer on Monday, and then I signed the sheet on Wednesday. So I was just kind of like, that was nuts.
That's excitingly fast. It's amazing. What's kind of your favorite aspect about your job?
My favorite aspect, it's tough to pick out a favorite right now, again, referring back to how new everything is. So I'm learning a ton, which is really good. I get to use all my previous skills in project management in this job as well, and it's helping me hone the things that I'm already good at and learning a lot of new skills that I really didn't know much about prior. But like, I guess specifically my favorite thing, other than the free samples of product, would probably
Nice.
edit that one out. Probably the excitement being on the cusp of this new industry and this new frontier, kind of like the gold rush. So some of our clients are the biggest cannabis producers and dispensers in the U.S. Like, I'm talking the biggest ones. So being able to work with these people hand in hand, day in and day out, is really exciting.
Because I'm assuming the more sales they do, the more likely they'll need a software that can just automate all of that processing for them. Because like, you can't just process 100,000 transactions, per day. It just becomes ridiculous.
I just launched a new one in Michigan, and their first day, Sunday, they did 16 transactions. So we work with small mom and pops, all the way from 16 a day to some clients who are doing hundreds of thousands of dollars in transactions on the daily. So that's kind of the span of who we work with, everybody.
Would you maybe want to give a shout out to the name of your company?
Of course. I don't want to bug you too, but it's LeafLogix Technology. We're out there. We're in every state where it's legal. You can be a medically legalized state. You can be a rec, which is, adult use. Not as many. I think there's 13 states right now that are rec, and 33 that are medical. So we're one of the largest multi-state operators for this kind of software that's out there. So LeafLogix Technology.
That's pretty cool. One of kind of the big questions that probably everyone has is, since it's like state legal and then you go ahead and face the federal part of it where it's federally illegal, how does it affect the company internally?
Again, for us, not so much. I mean, I guess a big thing would be if the feds came through and completely pivoted and really just started shutting everyone down, then we would be in trouble. But at this point, it looks like federally, we've all known they've been kind of lax, more lax every year. So we see in the future that not only will this be federally legal, but we're hoping that the states themselves will stop regulating it, because that just adds a lot of loopholes or hoops we have to jump through in order to even work with these dispensaries. So we're not so concerned about the federal issue. I think it's trending upward. So we're just concerned about putting out a good product, making sure everybody stays compliant with those state regulations so they don't oversell or have product disappear.
I would assume, since you guys in the tech side of it and cloud-based, it shouldn't affect you that much, I would think.
No, but
it's going to affect your clients and then maybe it crumbles down your way. That I can see.
But as a whole, not too much. What it does affect is that not only do we need to know our software through and through on the expert level, we also need to know the state regulations for each state, all the different regulators and programs they have to use. Like Ohio, they're considered, it's called PMP. It's part of the patient medical program, I think. So we have to integrate with them and the Ohio State Board and Metric, which is another state regulated software. So I need to know about all of these things as well as LeafLogix, and then provide guidance to the clients as well. So we have to learn everything.
That's a lot of learning. It kind of makes it really edgy, exciting at the same time. Puff is always hanging out in the background, so he can't do anything. He's the boss.
He's the boss. Smells my cat on him is what it is.
Probably, yeah. I honestly thought that you would answer that the favorite thing about your job is you moving in Arizona. Because you've been loving it compared to living in the cold.
No, you're right. I had a list of about 5 or 10 places where I wanted to move from Michigan. I've always wanted to leave, but I've never pursued it that hard. And finally, this place you could pick New York City, Denver, Phoenix, or California. And as far as cost of living goes, this is very close to what I had in Michigan. So, and this was Tempe, Scottsdale, Phoenix was about 4 or 5 on my list. So I just jumped on it.
Love it. Yeah, I think you picked the right spot.
Yeah.
Cali would have been, I think, too expensive, too busy. I don't know. New York is absolute opposite.
I'm not a big city guy. I'm a small big city. For me, Tempe, Phoenix, Scottsdale, this area is perfect.
I love where we at, honestly. Yeah.
I'm Chicago. I'll go visit, but I wouldn't want to live there. That's a young man's game. If I was 22 when I moved to Chicago, that would make sense. But 30, 31, I'm not trying to integrate myself into a big city. I think this is my speed out here.
And just kind of a last to conclude everything, what would you say to someone that maybe got an opportunity in this industry, but they really question it, or they're just facing some, conflict within themselves regarding, do I want to jump in this industry and risk like the time and effort, or should I just stay away with it? Like, because there's a lot of people who are like in that position. Probably. What would you say to that?
It slightly depends on what their conflicts are. I moved here from Grand Rapids, Michigan, which is on the west side of Michigan, very religious area. And I had told, and I personally am not, but I had told a few people, some older, country club members that I know about my opportunity, and they kind of like frown upon it, like, are you sure you want to work with drugs, things like that. Even the guy I had never met who gave me the keys to my moving van, when he asked what I did and I told him, he's kind of like, I guess the world really is changing. And I'm like, dude, how, it's out, it's like Byron Center, Michigan, which is just out in the whatever. So if it's a religious conflict, then that's something that you have to work on yourself. I can't give you any advice there. But as far as if it depends on if you want to work for a dispensary or a grow operation that is regulated federally, or if you want to work for something like us, a software company, I would say if you have any kind of doubts, I would just do your research on that brand. If it's a small mom and pop and you want to be their social media marketing person, then that's kind of like a risky little move. But if you're working with somebody like, I'm going to throw a big name out there, MedMen is one of the biggest
I've heard of
cannabis companies on the planet. So if you're going to go work for them at their corporate office in HR or marketing, then that's going to be a stable salaried position.
You'll survive. For sure.
And you're not going to be looked at as, oh my God, you work, you're selling pot to people. I do marketing for a cannabis company. I think the stigma is gone. And again, like I said, with federal moving to more lax and potentially, hopefully, just legal in the next couple of years, I'm also a bit of a risk taker, but I don't really see a lot of risk. I would highly suggest it. This is the beginning of a gold rush. So if you can get in early in any company that might explode, you're going to be getting stock options. You're going to be on the front line, and it might be a really quick way to propel your career. And you don't even have to leave your current career. Like I said, if you're in HR or marketing or sales, or BI, business analyst, or accounting, you can do all of those things if you find a big enough cannabis company. So you might not even have to pivot as much as you think to work in this industry.
I agree. Any last word you want to say? First thought in your mind?
It's a lot of fun. If you have to be ready to pivot and adapt and make moves to succeed in this industry, but if that sounds like fun, I would say jump right in. But yeah, I'm loving it. I would recommend it for sure. And
that's awesome.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Dad.
Appreciate it, brother.
That was a really good interview. Thank you.
Of course, man. Thanks for having me.
Thank you for taking the time.
Dude, for sure.
Just got back. I was just doing some light work and I'm really, really freaking hungry. Puff! And I probably should feed the cat. I don't know where he is. He's probably asleep. So I got this new mic. Hopefully sound is much better. And I do apologize for missing the upload. It is kind of hard editing on an iPad instead of full-on computer. I'm gonna honestly probably go to library or something where they have computers that I can use. So I need to do some stuff real quickly. And yeah, and I'll definitely edit those soon on the iPad. So I literally went to the library, the one on campus, and I used the computer. It worked out just fine. It's so weird being here on campus, and I'm no longer in school. But yeah, it's a beautiful campus. So a quick update. Honestly, editing on an iPad is not as bad as I thought. There's that learning curve, and I'm almost done with the video. I'll see you guys in Vegas.